Hi, and welcome to Paradigm English. This is a new initiative that I'm starting, so I'm going to try, you guys keep me and hold me accountable to coming in to YouTube every day for something called Living in English 365. It's just a short lesson of the day, basically. So I really thought of this today because I had a really big class today, and it's a conversational class that I teach here in Oklahoma City, face-to-face. But I had some lower level students as well as some upper intermediate students, as well as maybe one advanced student. But something that a lot of teachers across the world, including in the United States, neglect to teach is pronunciation. This is my favorite thing to teach: conversation, pronunciation, favorite things, and they go together. And I'm not talking about just talking. How do you talk in English? No. How do you engage in a conversation with someone? Because it's quite different in different cultures. So today I'm going to talk to you about bring you a short lesson that you can use and apply directly to your life. Only if you want to. Starting from today. I'm also going to create a podcast later, and on my website, www.paradigmenglish.com, you can click the link in the description box. I'm going to link some exercises that you can use, in which materials I use. So to get started, what we're going to be talking about first today is the schwa. I know, schwa, what is that? You're right. It's not actually an English word. It's originally from Hebrew. But because this is English, we just take words from other languages and absorb them into ours, which is how the English language has survived over all of the different centuries. So I'm going to be talking to you about that today. The 3 things that you need to know are stress, syllables, and then of course, Schwa. I was thinking intonation. Yes, intonation is good as well. So English is a stress-timed language. It is not a syllable-timed language like Spanish, French, or Cantonese, for example. So if you don't get your stress correct, or as near to correct as you can, native English speakers, or just English speakers in general, people that have been working with the language for a while, it's very hard for them to understand you, and you'll give them a lot more difficult time trying to process what it is that you are saying. For example, I will list these in on my website, so just track with me, okay? So take the word banana, for example. How many vowels are in that word? B-A, N-A, N-A. I don't have enough fingers. Sorry. So we've got 3 vowels, right? 3 A's. 3 separate A's. Are they pronounced the same? No. Banana. Ba-na-nas. Pronounced at least 2 different ways, right? Why? How many syllables? Let's see. Ba-na-nas. Or bananas. I keep adding an S. Sorry. I like plurals. So we have 3 syllables, and we have 3 vowels. We've got 3 vowels segmenting 3 different syllables. Usually, in English words, there usually will always be a vowel in a syllable. That's how you'll know where to segment it. Now, banana, unfortunately, is not a language, it's not a word native to the English language. I believe we have taken it from, I'm not really sure which African language. I read once that it was African, so if you know, post below. I'm always intrigued by etymology. So, anyway, that is how you tell. So, teacher, what if I don't know how to pronounce it? Well, therein lies one of the issues. Maybe your vocabulary isn't vast enough, isn't wide enough, isn't strong enough to have a lot of words in it, which is fine. But you do need to know pronunciation. So what I would recommend is, and this is coming straight from a student from my class today, he likes to, if he doesn't know a word, just to Google it. Put it into Google Translate. I believe it's translate.google.com. There are other translation ones out there, but it's important to use one that will actually speak back to you so that you can hear what it sounds like. So whenever you do that, you can do something like shadow reading. So you see the word, you hear the word, do it once, don't say anything. Do it again and try and pronounce it with each stress syllable timing as the recording does. It's called shadow reading. You can do that even on YouTube or any video or any recording that you have if it has a transcript that you can read. It will not only help you with your pronunciation and speaking, but fluency and accuracy. Hello, it's like the golden thing of English, right? Not really, I'm just being dramatic. But that's one thing to look out for. So the thing with the vowel, that's like one thing about syllables, and I'll post something about the syllables, like how you can tell which syllable to use, you know, because there's a difference between noun and there's a difference between the vowels, not vowels, nouns and verbs. And it's really important to not only know the syllables and how you segment this, but you need to know which one is a noun and a verb and how many different syllables that it has in this word. Now, of course, we're only talking about word stress here. There is such a thing as sentence stress. Oh, I know, it gets more difficult, and I'm sorry, we all know English. Learning English isn't an easy thing, but learning how to do this will absolutely help you on your way. So, I was using we just worked on a topic today in my class, which was identity theft. And I'll post this later as well. If you want me to, I'll just do the whole lesson later, but this is just a short synopsis, a summary of what I talked about in the class today. One thing I would like to add, because one of my students brought it up and I want to share it with you as well, he's probably in an upper intermediate level. He's also an English teacher. He's I believe a dual bilingual teacher in Mexico. Great student. I love that initiative. So kudos to his school in Aguascalientes, Mexico, for doing that. But he is very concerned and interested in growing his vocabulary. So I believe a native speaker of any language by the age of, I believe it's 5, knows 10,000 words. But they know 10,000 words. So teacher, how do I get to there? Well, you need to first make a goal. What is your goal? And not just, teacher, I want to learn English. That's not a goal. Where's your motivation in that? So here's a goal. I want to, by December 2018, 6 months from now, even less than 6 months from now, or have learned 200 new words and know how to use them accurately, use them in a variety of different manners, pronounce them correctly, something like that. So you need to have a timeline, you need to have a goal, and I think this will keep you motivated. So where do I go to learn this? Okay, good question. Okay, if you are not engaging in English, it's very difficult for you, or any language that you're learning, it's very difficult for you to be able to use this word, to use any of the words. You need to encounter them at least 16 different times to be able to, for it to stick in your mind. Yeah, a lot of people say, I've heard this and I kind of like it, so I'm just like adopting into my philosophy, you're welcome, that you don't learn anything, you just kind of catch it. So try and catch this, that it's not about just writing down lists of words like, oh, you know, here are all the words I should know, okay? Here's the translation, here's a sentence. You're taking that word out of context. Learn the word in context. Be able to recognize it in a variety of different settings, okay, so in reading and spoken, because whenever we speak and read, it's not the same thing, right? Teacher, I can read everything perfectly, but how come whenever people speak, I can't understand them? There's quite a vast difference between spoken English and written English, okay? Keep that in mind. So one thing that I suggested several things to this particular student. So one of them was to use I can't think of the word right now. I want to say word processing, but that's not it. There's a site called Anki, anki.com, and I'll post that in the link. You can use that for learning a language. They have other languages on there, such as French or Spanish or something like that, besides English. But basically, they have this site. So obnoxious, my camera just shut off mid-sentence. So what was I saying? I guess I'll make a video of how to waste time in English. I'm just kidding. So yeah, Sense8, really good show. It obviously will require a little bit higher level of English. If you're at a very low level, it doesn't matter. Just listen to it, put on the subtitles too. So the cool thing about those two shows is that they have people, characters in the show that are from different parts of the world and have different accents. That's very important when you're learning English, because not everybody in, for example, America, Americas, even Canada, not all of them speak a standard American English. In fact, I don't think most people where I am from and where I live right now, Oklahoma or even Texas, Kansas, they don't speak without an accent. They do have a dialect, and actually you probably could hear mine now because I'm a little southern, because I'm from the south, the southern part of the United States. That's where I was born, that's where I was raised, that's where my family's from. So it's important to be able to listen to these different accents with their different intonations, and even different stress. Choose which one you like, emulate it, try and reproduce it. And you will be well on your way to learning English. So guys, that's all I have for you today. Tune back in tomorrow where I will talk about something else. We'll be learning in English. So in the meantime, see you later. This is Ashley Rhone from Paradigm English, starting the first ever Living in English 365. Bye y'all. Did I say bye?